there have been universities based on the interest of life. And I'm so glad that the initiative of Professor at the Dean of Studies Department and the this is a great for me, Professor Chu, thank you for inviting me here. And it has been many years, as I said earlier, I'm just wondering what kind of audience, what kind of students at the university has. And my longtime friend Ishila from the same monastery, Monash University, that we were from the same Monash University. So all the monastics, the monks, the nuns, and all the faculties, and the students, and the visiting, the professors, and everyone. So it's my joy to do it here. And I don't know who's here. Rashidi or it came to the place. Okay. So Rashidi, I've known him for about 2 years, and probably also. So, in fact, I have about 1.5 hours, and I'm going to speak for about 1 hour and half an hour question answers. So, what questions you might have? I'll be so happy. And it doesn't mean that I will answer with this mind that your questions should not be stopped. Your questions are extremely important. No matter how sophisticated questions are, that's so important. Never ever stop the questions. It doesn't mean that a person who comes in the Vipassana as a teacher, but the person has to answer them all. This is my point. Everybody's learning. I'm a student myself, including Professor Ishwari, very experienced Professor D. We are all students. We should remain as a student till we die. That's so important. So with this in mind, please, I request, do not hesitate to bring up your questions. And if possible, keep your questions in advance. Because that later, when I compare my talk, and if you were to think of the question, at times the question may not be what you have in mind. So with this in mind, let me, although Professor Dr. Puja already introduced me to the audience here, just for information that when I was in school, before I became a monk, I was so fond of physics and mathematics. Mathematics, physics, these were the two subjects which I liked most. And I was thinking of becoming a physicist. And he had no idea of becoming a monk. He was just thinking of becoming a physicist. And then he say for some reasons, I would say there are auspicious reasons that I turned towards becoming a monk. Otherwise, today I must have been a small professor, physics professor. Okay. So having said this, and also that it has been many years that I was longing to visit. I told Professor Michel already longing to visit the university. Because that we say even find us, we, for example, say myself, being trained in physics and mathematics, in my mind, I was so close, I was feeling so close to the Nalanda tradition. Because the wonder of the philosophy that is the Nalanda University. from initially when the Buddha came, and then later on great masters like Anagarjuna, Bodhisattva Deva, Acharya Chandrakirti, Acharya Sangha, Acharya Vasubandhu, and Acharya Vijnana, Acharya Dharmakirti, Bodhisattva Shantideva, all great masters, and Bodhisattva Shanti Rakshita, all the great masters came. So Narada, you are part of Narada now. You are heirs of this great Narada tradition. So, in this regard, the topic that you have chosen for me is about the Vipassana. And of course, the Vipassana that in the world today, because of the brilliant, incredibly great master, the Goenkaji, the Vipassana is very popular in the world. It's amazing, amazing. But at the same time, what we need to remember is that Vipassana has many shades of meaning. And so here, the students, including myself, what is expected is that continue to learn different traditions. Don't not be rigid. Not be rigid. Learn different traditions. For example, I personally am a very great admirer of Lord Jesus. I'm a great admirer of Lord Ram. And reading a biography of one of my sisters, he was a narrative of the Muslim workers. And Jainism is amazing. My hosts in Mumbai, they're all Jains. So what I'm saying is that for example, my friends, Professor Gill from Professor Gabriel Gill from the Cambridge University, Professor here, the whole family, Sikhism. So I think that we need to learn the spirit of the plurality, the unison in plurality, appreciating all the traditions, not be rigid. For example, if I say that, okay, I'm for Tibetan Buddhism, if this is my mindset, I am putting myself in a prison. Because there's so amazing knowledge in Theravada tradition, and I'm depriving myself of this amazing teachings of Buddha because of the language. So therefore, we should really maintain an open mind. This is so important. And since I have only 1 hour, I don't want to spend too much on this part. So it says Vipassana meditation inside the ontology of Madhyama view of Shunyata. And first is ontology. Ontology means more subjective, and epistemology, but it's subjective. So who is God is consisted of the objects and the subjects. Meaning that, for example, you enjoy this wonderful tea. A tea is an object, and your mind which enjoys the tea is a subject. And then in the process of enjoying, some people who are diabetic, will see the tea, Professor Michel just said sugar. They have asked this question. Yes, I don't take sugar. And so for some people, is it sugar? No sugar, no. Can I have some sugar? So look, this is simply because it's an object. There's objectivity here. Doesn't mean that tea is something palatable, something admirable for everybody. It appeals some, it may not appeal others. So the subjective experience can be very different. So now what is really here? Ontology means objective. What's the object here in this question? So in this regard, the Vipassana that I'm talking about from the tradition of Nalanda, it is no connotation that the Vipassana that came from Goenkaji, which in turn came from Myanmar. There's no connotation. But it doesn't mean that they're same either. For example, chomin in Chinese tradition, Tibetan tradition, and the spaghetti in Italy. It's similar, but it's not identical. So likewise, what I'm saying is that all these traditions, they are all beautiful. They're all very beneficial for each one of us. So with this in mind, the Vipassana here, in this context, finally is the purpose, let's not forget the purpose. The purpose of the Vipassana, shamatha, or any practices
that we talk about. The purpose is to unfold your true nature inside. Unfold your true nature of full awakening. Whether you're Buddhist or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Everyone has the seed of perfection within us. Everyone has the seed of perfection. And that is not that old. The Buddha gifted us with the seed of perfection. No, that is the seed of perfection which exists within us even before the Buddha Shakyamuni came on the planet Earth. Let me take you back to 1.3 million years ago. 1.3 million years ago, the Homo sapiens came. And before that, 200 million years ago, the dinosaurs. And then we go back in time, 4 billion years ago, the first unicellular organism came to the planet Earth, which is our ancestor, the first ancestor. So, the fact is that even that tiny amoeba, unicellular organism, even that has a mind. What is a mind? Should necessarily have this potential for awakening. So it is way before Buddha Shakyamuni came on Earth. So Buddha Shakyamuni discovered it. That everyone, whether you are Buddhist or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Whether from the East or it doesn't matter. Everyone has the potential to become fully awakened. Where? What do you mean fully awakened? For example, during COVID time, how many were so stressed and so much of fear, isn't? How many had that feeling? COVID-19, isn't? 2003, you forgot it, 2020. Where were you? Think of that. You were imprisoned in a small place. You getting it? So at that time, why were you imprisoned? What were you doing? So mentally you were so stressed. Professor Mishraji, no stress? 2020? So what I'm saying is that 2020 told us that we are all saying we don't want the fear of COVID. We don't want the fears. And what kind of happiness do you want? One day holiday, good? Students? One day holiday do you like? 2 days, better? 3 days more? Okay. So with the happiness you want it, if possible, infinite. Misery you want, zero. This is something which underscores all the beings. Whether you're a human being, whether you're born this religion, that religion, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everybody has the same potential. Now the next question is, can this potential, in other words, can we have the maximum happiness and can we make the misery zero? This question. So to this, broadly speaking, 2 answers. First, Charles Darwin, which has appeared in 19th century AD. What he said? He talked about the survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest, meaning that we require any species which is equipped with emotions of attachment, anger, fear, they can survive. They are the fittest to survive. Those species which do not have these emotions will die, the species will terminate. This is what Charles Darwin said. In other words, it was 2008. I'm sure that if you were not born, not born, 2008, born. Very toddler. 2008, when I was in America, as Professor Dr. Pusheti said, when I was in America working with Professor Pollack, you must read his book, the book by his Holy Mr. Dalai Lama, in collaboration with Professor Pollack. So I was sent there by the office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama to work on his book, to see that His Holiness's voice is properly reflected. It's not mistakenly drafted. So Professor Pollack came to receive me there, and I spent 5 days with him. And he entertained all the 5 evenings. So one evening was to meet with the psychologist's friends. And he asked me to introduce myself, what I'm doing. So I talked about how the emotions are managed from Buddhist point of view. And then one of his colleagues, a lady psychologist, raised her hand and said that, oh, we cannot get rid of all these emotions, attachment, anger, jealousy, fear, and so forth. We cannot. Why? Because for two reasons. One is that these are instincts. These are instincts. They are not something that you acquire lately. They are all instincts. Number two, that we require them for your survival. If you don't have these, you cannot survive. That's all things that are serious. First is that, say, instincts. Is it true? Answer is yes, there's an instinct. In Buddhist parlance, this is what's known as innate emotions. Innate. And modern science will call it as instincts. The second reason, that these are required for survival. Is it true? So they explain that, for example, say for your survival, you depend on conducive factors and you have to run away from escape from the non-conducive factors. Conducive factors are like what? Food, clothing, shelter, and so forth. For example, here in Narendra, say I was just telling Professor Mishra, then Professor Mishra, how do you survive? They take you to centigrade. And Professor Mishra just smiled. You getting it? So how can you survive? So when you have the AC, if you don't have the desire to get AC or these facilities, you will die. You are doomed to die. So it has been required to gather the conducive factors. And we also need to run away from the non-conducive factors. For example, like the heat, we have to run away. Hunger, we have to run away. So we have to run away from the factors which can create problem on you. We have to push these factors away. What happens to push these factors away? Anger, aversion. This will help you to push the non-conducive factors away from you. Number two. Fear. If you don't have the sense of fear, emotion of fear, if a tiger comes, or a snake comes, you have to run. If you don't run, if there's no fear, you will not know how to run. You just stay here. If you stay there, the tiger will run you out, and you die, and your species terminate. So this is the Charles Darwin's evolutionary theory. Then what I said is that, okay, are these instincts? Answer is yes, these are instincts. These emotions are instincts. Can they be coronary talk? Do we require them? We don't require them. This is a response given by the Buddha 2,500 years ago. We don't require the attachment, anger, jealousy, fear, and so forth for your survival. We don't require. But how will we survive? The Buddha said that we require the skillful compassion. Skillful compassion. What do you mean by skillful compassion? So, for the bird to cross the ocean samsara, cross the ocean, the bird requires two wings. One wing is the wing of compassion, and the other is the wing of wisdom. We require these two wings to cross the ocean of the misery. So, that wing of compassion must be complemented by the wing of wisdom. Together, it becomes the skillful compassion. With skillful compassion, you go to help others. Meanwhile, when you go to help others, people may take advantage of your compassion. So for this, you require skillfulness. You require this skillfulness to protect you from being other people taking advantage of you. And the compassion makes your mind to expand. Mind to expand, say, when you go to the compassion, when you're very rigid, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm Christian, and so forth, your mind is so rigid, you are never happy. Whereas your mind expands. Okay, Buddhism is good, Hinduism is good, Buddhism is good, Christianity is good, Theravada is good, Maya is good, everyone is good. Everyone is good. They are all brothers and sisters. With the spirit, your mind expands. So the expansion of the heart begins with the compassion. So therefore, His Holiness the Dalai Lama say, as early as 20, 30 years ago, wherever he was travels to the world, inside India, outside India, of people, experts, social workers, educationists, medical experts, all the and the policymakers, they ask one question, which is worthiness. We have this modern education. The modern education is supposed to bring us happiness, peace, world peace. But on the contrary, while modern education climbs to the apex, to such level of advancement, the peace of mind, world peace is going down the lane. Where are we going wrong? His Holiness, without second thought, would say that it's all because of the limitation in the modern education system. Modern education is the legacy of the Britishers and the Americans. And that too, the legacy of the 19th century, when the Industrial Revolution was at its peak. Industrial Revolution, what do you mean by Industrial Revolution? The time any country which can produce, which can develop industries, manufacture the guns as many as possible, you can conquer the world. That was the time. His Holiness said that this is outdated. If this education system focuses only on your brain development and it has no focus on the heart development. What is meant brain development? Say you are in London University and somebody teaches you. Okay, let's say that the first time Guru Dharma happened in Varanasi, Sarnath. Everybody will thought you are right. If you say that first time Guru Dharma happened in Varanasi, Ish means sort of. Sort of means you are not too clear. Cognitively is not clear. Cognitively is not decisive. Perhaps you have the ability to become the second Mahatma Gandhi. But nobody will count you as somebody who will say to you fake. That is what the modern education is, where they only focus on your brain development and the cognitive development, and they don't focus on the affective development of the heart. So you sort of say, this is the problem. So today, say, developing brain is like the wisdom, wing of the wisdom, but without the wing of the compassion, the bird cannot fly. The world will continue to suffer. No world peace. So, the two wings must be emphasized. So with this, we see that, say, these two wings can be developed. We can develop these two wings. The wing of the wisdom and wing of compassion. These two wings can be developed through Vipassana. Vipassana here, this is oftentimes I translate as special insight. To analytical meditation. Meanwhile, these two wings must be made very strong also. Very strong. How to make this strong? By the stability meditation. In the parlance of the Nalanda tradition is known as shamatha meditation. Single point meditation. So in a way, the tradition, the attended Vipassana tradition, the meditation tradition, which you find it in the world, is small, it blends the two. Blend of the analytical and the single point stability meditation. Okay, with this in mind, let's not forget, I like to first of all quickly quote the purpose of our being here in Nalanda University. What's the purpose? So this is something that I like to bring to your notice based on what Albert Einstein said. This is extremely important. Albert Einstein, what is that? Says, I'm going to quickly summarize this and I'll read it for you. Is that, say, all these education so forth is meant to make the world a better world. Individual as a happy individual and a world with world peace. But on the contrary, why this is not happening? It's because of our narrowness in our thinking, which he calls as optical delusion. Optical delusion. And it says optical delusion imprisons us. It imprisons us. Whereas, now what should we do? All these visits are because of this. What should we do? We expand the circle of our affection, of compassion. Expand the circle to embrace everybody. So and let me read what he said. A human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He or she, I don't like he. We have to say he and she. It's not just only he. Oftentimes, this is a problem. So there's so much emphasis on male chauvinism. This is still an indication of backwardness of the community. There should be equal emphasis on male and female. So he or she experiences themselves, their thoughts and feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of ultimate delusion of their consciousness. These delusions are kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be what we do now. Free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion and to embrace all living creatures and whole nature in beauty, to see everybody as a part of me, as a part of nature. Okay, so with this, what we learn is that we say all these miseries as the students said this prayer, said this mantra, the chant, Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava, Hetum Tesham Tathagato Bhavatat, Tesham Jayo Nirudam, Evam Vadi Ma Shamanaya Soram. What does it mean by that? Don't think that this is a mantra you recite it and then you will have the same sort of Buddha. No. This is what we need to do is that this mantra will tell us that how we should change your mind cognitively. Change your mind cognitively and your affective mind to raise others or to push. That will be the change. Earlier you push others away from you because of your cognitive narrowness. Cognitive narrowness. Now, cognitively you want to know why everything is interconnected. And then effectively you embrace everybody rather than push. Now, when you push somebody, others will push you. When they push you, you're not happy. There is misery. This is called from misery. So, Ye Dharma, Ye Dutrabhava. All these phenomena, the miseries, they don't arise randomly. Although in quantum mechanics, there's a phenomenon known as a random phenomenon, but it's very different from what the Buddha is indicating as a randomness. But the randomness, it's just something you say, anything can happen. With no special reason. So this is where the Buddha rejected, saying that all these miseries have their own respective causes. So one of the causes of miseries, to make it very quick, saying these miseries are because of the affective closeness. Meaning that affectively, your mind, affectively you're very close. I, my. This is affective closeness. And this affective closeness is because of the cognitive distortion of the cognitive narrowness. Let me finish. This affective closeness, I, is because of the cognitive distortion of cognitive narrowness. Thinking that which means that your mind seeing a rope as a snake. This is a cognitive distortion. And then you see, okay, only this is the cognitive narrowness. You saw it very gross, and you see that, okay, this is, let's say that this is water. And then a chemist comes. This is H2O, and this is that. This electrons, protons, neutrons. What is the electron? It's water. Which means it's cognitively very shallow. Because there is cognitively more refined understanding. There's not just water on the surface. Deeper inside is H2O, and still deeper inside is electrons, protons, neutrons, quarks. And electrons are not water. Protons are not water. What is not water, they all combine together, gives you the impression that this is water. So therefore, this is a cognitive narrowness and a cognitive distortion, which is responsible in giving rise to affective closeness, affective narrowness, that we only think of the self and not others. Okay, so in other words, the root is the cognitive error. So the Buddha lived on the planet Earth to fix this cognitive error. How to get rid of this cognitive error? So for this matter, so it says two factors. External and internal factors are there. I don't want to spend too much on these two factors. Optical delusion means that cognitively, you destroy the reality. So for this, so we have, now we require intelligence. We require intelligence. To fix your cognitive error, we need intelligence. And intelligence can be seen in two ways. One is knowledge and other is wisdom. What is knowledge? What is wisdom? For example, say somebody has lots of knowledge, but heart is very cold. Lot of knowledge. What is compassion? Compassion like this. For example, say that somebody tells you how to create jokes, and he's not joking at all. Nobody's laughing. He's telling all the secrets of the joke. But the life of the joke is what? To make it look like a laugh. Nobody laughs. And what's the point of teaching how to joke? So likewise, you teach how to cultivate compassion. I will not compassion. This is the greatest irony. So therefore, the point is that knowledge, pure knowledge, if imbued with compassion, that becomes wisdom. Knowledge imbued with the spirit of compassion, when the knowledge actually manifests in its essence, true essence, it becomes wisdom. Okay, so with this, what we need to know is that same thing. Wisdom is intelligence. Intelligence with the knowledge. Intelligence, what is intelligence? Intelligence may not have knowledge. Intelligence is a very important faculty. But it must contain, intelligence is like a container. And the knowledge is the container with the content. And the wisdom is the knowledge container with the contents, imbued with the salt, imbued with sweetness. Then becomes a delicious meal. For example, the cheesecake. How many like cheesecake presents? Or how many like momos presents? With the momo. Right? So like the momo without salt. The momo without salt, you don't like it. Cheesecake without sweet, you don't like it. So the container contains and added to it the seasoning. The seasoning is compassion. It's so beautiful. Okay, so the next thing that we need to remember is that how to find the purpose for which the Buddha appears on planet Earth is to make ourselves, each one of us, and the world in which we live, be free from suffering and have the maximum happiness. This is the point. So having said this, it is a matter of your mind. You need to take your mind. The Buddha taught that commit no evils. If somebody goes to tell you what is essence Buddhism, just say, commit no evils. Accumulate as great were the virtues of Father. Tame your mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. So when he says, commit no evils, why not? Because by committing evil, you suffer. You don't want suffering. Why should you engage in virtues? You want happiness. Happiness is out of the virtues. In with virtues. And how do you do that? Oh, that's amazing. I don't want suffering. Now I got the tips. I got the secret. Get away from harming others. I want happiness. I know secret now. Embrace virtues. But how do you do that? How do you from today? It's not like this. For example, let's say, from tomorrow I'm not going to be angry. And the next day somebody says, you stupid girl. You stupid boy. You stupid. And you are fine. You're getting it? So it's easy to say, I will do it. But so people say, I am doing it. How can you do it? Tame your mind. How to tame the mind? Tame your cognitive process. Fix the cognitive error which is happening on the mental level. How to fix this? How to fix this? For this matter, I will share, say, 2 points. 2 points. How to manage emotions. One is that, for example, let's say, to say you are in a dream. How many of you have great scary dreams? Listen. How many of you have scary dreams? At least one time in your life. Okay, scary dreams, very scary, right? Sometimes. Okay. Say very scary dreams. Now tell me that, say for example, say you're in a house. your say, earthquake, and your blood collapses. Your blood collapses, and you say, I'm dead. And only say, I'm dead. I'm dead now, finish now. Your mother raised you up. You're happy, not happy? Very happy, very relieved. Why you are happy? Because that? Yes? Then why are you happy? Quite okay. You realize that it was not real. You realize it was a dream. You get it? You realize it's not real. It was a dream. So to see the dream, okay, my question to you. To see the dream as dream. To see the dream as, okay, first of all, to see the dream as real is ignorance or wisdom. Okay, I'm going to check the other students. To see the dream as real is ignorance or wisdom. Very good. Ignorance. And what's the outcome of this ignorance? The fear in the dream. You get it? Okay, let me put it like this. To see the dream as real, you said is ignorance. And when does it happen? In the dream or outside the dream? In the dream. You get it? Good. It's ignorance, it happens in the dream. And what's the outcome? Fear. Fear of death. Now, see the dream as dream. It happens in the dream or outside the dream. Outside the dream. It's wisdom or ignorance? Wisdom. What's the outcome? Your fear dissolved. So, say, see the dream as dream, not real, not real, not in shunya, not in shunya, empty, not real. So, see the dream as not real. See the dream as empty of being real. See the dream as empty of being real. That is the wisdom. And that comes only when you wake up. And the outcome is that your fear dissolves. So you get it? Okay. So say in which of the two cases there is a cognitive error. When you dream, see the dream is real. Oh, now the brain is collapsing. Right? See the dream as real. Or, oh, it's just my dream. Dream is not real. Which of the two is a cognitive error? Seeing which of the two is cognitive error? Seeing the dream as real or seeing the dream as dream? Very good. Seeing the dream as real is cognitive error. When you fix it by seeing the dream as dream. Seeing the dream as empty of being real. When you know that, your cognitive error is fixed. And how do we do that? How should we do? What should we do? To see the dream as empty of being real, what should we do?
Wake up.
Wake up! Wake up! It's for this reason that the Buddha is revered as the fully awakened one. Who said it? Who said? What should we do to fix the cognitive error? Wake up! Waking up. Before waking up is sleep. Sleep is ignorance. Wake up is wisdom. It's for this reason that the Buddha is revered as the fully awakened one. You get it? Okay, the next question is how to wake up. Is your question, I know. So, okay. It's very important, but I don't want to go into too detail. Okay. So this waking up, this is not that easy. It's not easy. So, for example, you wake up, you know the reality. That reality is known as ontology. Ontological reality, you know the reality. So, say in the world, the modern education, we see that, say that in Asia, in India is an amazing country. Amazing country. From which all the different thoughts evolve. Amazing, brilliant country. Which gave birth to, for example, say the Sankhya tradition, Vedanta tradition, Vipassana. Vipassana, Vedanta, and so forth, it gave rise to Jainism, Buddhism. It gave us all the brilliant thoughts in life. What do you do?
Apple. Yeah. Drinking
Okay, so to know the reality of the object, this is known as the study of ontology, and know the subject, this is epistemology. And so with respect to analyzing the object, what constitutes reality, we can refer to different traditions. This is amazing. In the West, it was Judaism and Islam, and later in Arab countries, the Judaism, Christianity, then the later the Islam, and Baha'i also. And there are other, the local religions, indigenous religions also here, but India gave birth to really solid philosophical religions. It is amazing. So, with this in mind, what constitutes ontology? And later on, modern physics came into being. Say, what modern physics, for example, what we are reading here, Niels Bohr, who was one of the great fathers of quantum physics, what he said is that if you study quantum physics and if you're not shocked by it, you have not understood quantum physics yet. So, one time when I was in Cambridge, I used to meet a lot of physicists. That was my passion, particularly when I was in the 20s and 30s. My passion was to meet with the physicists. And there was one physicist, extremely bright, but very complicated. Complicated when talking. If you're not too intelligent, he will say that you just utter one sentence, you say that there's eternal contradiction. And if gradually you don't go on the top range. Because you have nothing to talk to him, you will say there's eternal contradiction. And he's extreme. So one day he told me that in this world, only physics is education. Which means including me, we're not for education. From his point of view. In this world, only physics is education. Then I asked him why. He said, because only physics allows you to have a critical thinking. All others are imitation of the earlier teachers. They make clear. Only physics allows you to have a critical thinking. All others are imitation of the earlier teachers. Then I told him, okay, listen what the Buddha has to say. Then I quoted the Buddha. The bhikshus and the wise people, just as the goldsmith tests the purity of the gold by cutting, rubbing, and burning the gold, you should also examine my words and put them to practice, not simply because you respect me. Then he remained silent, and he remained silent for a few seconds. Then he said, oh, the Buddha must have been a great physicist. You get it? Okay, so this is the idea. We should have a sense of objectivity. So objective to know what the reality is. So with this in mind, this is what the Buddha taught. Profound, peaceful, free of elaboration, clear light, non-composite. Such a naturalized reality is what I found. Finding no one who can fathom this path in silence out of universe. Finding no one who can fathom this path so profound, like what Niels Bohr said. If you study quantum physics and you are not shocked by it, you have not understood it yet. So this is what the Buddha taught. Okay, so in Buddhism, there's a tremendous emphasis on the objectivity. Objectivity, so you can argue, you can question the Buddha. What the Buddha taught, you can question. For example, free turn is Buddha Dharma. I'm sure that you have already heard about these three things. First, the Buddha taught that all of which you think is truly. Second, the Buddha taught Dharma Raj Vidya, or something, the Buddha taught nothing is truly. Then the people, Buddhism, Brahma he asked the question to Buddha, Buddha, you will awaken one. How come that you in the first turning thought that all of which you think is truly? In the second turning, you thought nothing is truly. There's a contradiction there. In fact, you can question Buddha's teachings. You getting it? So then they hits the third turning came to PA in the form of interpretation of the spiritual teaching, which came to know as third level. Okay, so what I always said. Okay, so the let me give you. Okay, this is very important. Okay, this is very important. So what's reality? What it says that in the dream, it's anybody who likes to tell us what's the difference between the, say, the dream flower and the real flower. Anyone? There are so many differences. There's no one answer to say that this is the correct answer. All answers can be correct. Just give a thought. What's the difference between dream flower and the real flower? Anyone? Yes. There are so many differences. There's not just one. Raise hands. What difference do you see between a dream flower and real flower? Go over there.
Dream flower is not real, does not occupy space and time. The real flower does occupy space and time.
The real flower occupies space in time, and also the smell and so forth, whereas the dream flower does not have these. Very good. Thank you.
Real flower I can touch,
Real flower we can touch.
but the dream one I cannot.
Dream flower you can touch. That's good. Anyone else? Anyone else? There are so many differences. Go over there. Go over there, right hands. Just stand
Dream
up.
flower,
The dream flower vanishes while the physical flower stays. The
touching,
and it is there in the physical reality.
not
Okay,
eating.
say you put the flower here and you all leave. But doesn't all stay. And you dream of the flower, you wake up. You do not disappear. Very good. Thank you, very good. Okay, so since we don't have much time, I'd like to ask you why the dream flower disappears and the the real flower does not disappear. Why? Anyone? Now we continue deeper. Anyone? Why the dream flower disappears and very easily, and the real flower doesn't disappear easily? Anyone? Why? Yes?
Dream flower is just a manifestation of your mind.
Very good. The dream flower is a manifestation of mind, and the real flower is? Hey, sir. Dream flower is just a manifestation of mind, whereas the real flower is objective here.
Yes.
It's not mental. So, okay. So, thank you. So now, in a way, what we said is that dream flower, you all agree with me. What do you mean? Robert.
3, 4.
3, 4.
Yeah.
What did I say? I'm sure that because the only agree with 3, 4 saying that the dream flower is purely mental. Purely mental means subjective. And real flower is objective. Okay. How do you agree with 3, 4? Raise hands. Real flower is subjective, meaning that it comes from the mind. A real flower doesn't come from the mind. Don't think that you're a philosopher. So you're going you're an ordinary person. Do you agree with this? Do you agree with this answer? Real flower is coming from the mind. Real flower is being here. Very good. Okay. So with this, we need to the topic of the day of terminology. Real flower is subjective, coming from the mind, subject. And real flower is objective in the new sense. Now, with this, one is subjective, one objective. One is subjective, one objective. Now, the thing is that, say, when we, dream is subjective or objective? Subjective. Okay, let me check. Nirvana. Subjective, objective. Nirvana. Subjective, objective. Okay, so how many is this subjective? This hands. Nirvana is subjective. Nirvana is objective. This hands. Nirvana is objective. Okay. Okay, this says, so now two groups. Okay, rainbow. Subjective, objective. Rainbow. Okay, rainbow. Who says objective? This hands. Who says subjective? This hands. Okay. 2 or 3. Right? 3. 4. Thank you. Okay. So now we also say because of my time. But also those people who say the brain is subjective, no. Brain was subjective, objective after this class, then you will interact. This is going to be very important discussion. Very important. In other words, what we're saying is that what is subjective? Say in the dream you see things as subjective or objective. In the dream, imagine that you are in a dream, you see things as subjective or objective. Objective. That is ignorant wisdom. Ignorant. You getting it? And you see the dream as when you wake up, you see the dream as objective or subjective. Subjective. That's wisdom or ignorance. Wisdom. You getting it? So our job, the Buddha, the purpose of the Buddha appears on earth is to teach us that everything is like a dream. Everything is subjective. Okay. Say, if this watch is my close to Vishala, right? You know what I mean? And then I'll go there and I hold it and say, this is mine. This is mine. Which is better? To say, Vishala, this is not yours. Or, oh, this is mine. Which is better? Second one is better. This mine is better. This is not yours. It's very offensive. Right? Actually, it's the same. This mine is another way of saying it's not yours. It's a nice way of saying it. Because it's not yours, it's like living. Right? But it's mine. It's very gentle. So likewise, the same. Everything is subjective. Is another way of saying nothing is objective. You understand it? Everything is subjective means, hey, nothing is objective. Nothing. Empty. Empty of objective reality. This is emptiness. Should have done. Emptiness. So to reach here, they are to reach the actual truth or not good. So how to get here? How everything is empty of objective reality. So the truth is not good. We will only have 1 minute. In 1 minute, if I do this, then all the thousands of monks scholars will be very envious. They are studying 20, 30 years. So how can they envy this? And we are doing 2 minutes, right? And the Buddha remained silent for 49 days without teaching. So he said that this is a very complicated topic. So we are studying 2 minutes. In other words, what I'm saying is that it's already possible. So, the thing is that we need to learn these 3 levels of divine illumination. I want to actually listen to your questions. So again, I'm waiting for this time to ask questions. For your questions. So this is something which I like to discuss. Okay. One question to you. What is it? Glass of water. And the chemists, okay, let me be very straight. The physicists will say that this is electrons, protons, neutrons. Who's correct? Both are correct. So if I ask a physicist who looks at that through electron microscope, you see that there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's water. It's just electrons, protons, neutrons. And you, with your naked eyes, you see that there's water there. So one says there's water, one says there's no water. Who's correct? If you said both, then you should say this is water as well as no water. It's contradictory. Okay, is it water? Is it chocolate? You say no, it's not chocolate. If you say this chocolate is water, it's contradictory. Now if it's water, no water, it's contradictory. How will we resolve this problem? Anyone? How will we resolve this problem? This is a very good question. Yes, the fellow here.
In a grosser form, without going deep in it, it's still a water. But when we go deep in it and research on it, then it's just molecules.
Okay. How do you agree with your name? Your name?
Prakriti.
Prakriti. Okay. How do you agree with Prakriti that it depends on how you look at it? Look at from distance, it's water. Because O C is electrons per neutron. How many electrons per present? This is a very serious discussion. Very serious discussion. You get it? Very serious discussion. Okay. So with this, the point is that say, from distance, you see the forest. From close by, you see the individual trees. You don't see the forest. So, what you see from distance is known as macrocosm. What you see from distance is known as macrocosm. What you see from close by is known as microcosm. You can get the same object. Same object can be seen from distance and from close by. On the macro level, this is water. On the micro level, this is not water. You get it? So, what is the difference? Micro and macro, which is the true nature of this water? Both. Okay, actually both are the reality of this water. Suppose one says this is water, on the macro level this is water, on the micro level this is water. It's just based on this question. So with this, say, in quantum physics, no, in modern physics, there are two theories coming up. After Newtonian theory, then two theories evolved after this. One is relativity theory, and the other one is quantum mechanics, quantum theory. These two theories came out, and these two theories they don't gel with each other. They are not compatible with each other. These two are very contradictory to each other. They say relativity theory explains the macro world. It talks about the universe. It talks about the gravity. But the quantum mechanics talk about the micro world, not the macro. And the physicists like Albert Einstein spent many years to bring the two traditions together, quantum mechanics and the relativity theory together, but still is not successful. These two theories must be applied to the same object in two different contexts, micro and macro. Whereas in the Buddhist philosophy, we see that microcosm and macrocosm, these two are seen as without any dichotomy, without any contradiction. The two are seen as of the same, the two things, the two realities of the same object. You get which is known as, in Heart Sutra, we learn about form is empty. Emptiness is form. How many recite Heart Sutra? How many have recited Heart Sutra minimum one time in your life? But you got. So let's say that we learn this. Form is empty and is a form. So let's say that let's put like this. Say this water, group A and group B. Group A looks at this water through the microscope, through the macro level, which is known as conventional analysis. And group B looks at this through your naked eyes, which is known as So group A looks at through your naked eyes, which is known as conventional analysis. And group B looks at it through your electron microscope, which is known as ultimate analysis. Technically speaking, your mind which you used to see what is known as conventional analysis. You see this conventional water. When group B looks at it through electron microscope, you don't see the conventional object. You see no water. Water is empty. This analysis is known as ultimate analysis. When we put it, say group A, group naked eyes, you see this as water. So that mind that you used to see something known as conventional analysis. And those group B, you look at the same object, you see there is no water, it's just neutron. That mind is known as ultimate analysis. You get it? Say it depends on the analysis, the frame of reference. It depends on the frame of reference. So object per se, you cannot see water or no water. It depends on how you look at it. How you look at it. You get it? For example, from distance you see forest. From nearby you see individual trees. From the forest. So likewise, but are these individual trees or forests? Both. It depends on how you look at it. So how you look at it means subjective or objective? Subjective. So the subjective means empty of objective reality. So objectively, say, how many when you're extremely in the hungry, when you see the momo or cheesecake, what is your reaction? Eat right away, quickly. You're very much just like a dog when you put the meat. Right? You become a dog and you meat. Okay. So that is why the craving comes. Seeing the momos and cheesecake as objectively real. While in reality it's just put a bunch of atoms. You agree? What's the difference between atoms? The atoms which make cheesecake and the atoms which make the rock. What's the difference? No difference. Electrons, protons, neutrons, they are all identical. There's no difference. On the atomic level, there's no difference between one cheesecake and a rock. But with the convention analysis from distance, you see one is cheesecake, one is rock. You see difference. But on the objective level, there's no difference. Even objective level, but we see them as objectively real. That is ignorance. That ignorance arouses attachment, anger, jealousy. If you see things like all come from just atoms, objectively, cheesecake is empty, your attachment stops. Okay, how many in your dream? You must have eaten momos in the dream, or cheesecake in the dream. The moment you wake up, that attachment in the dream momos stops. You have to read the sentence. Why did that attachment momo stop when you wake up? You know that the dream momo was not real. You get into this objectively empty. So this is a benefit. If you see emissions of all phenomena, empty meaning, shunyata, how things are all empty objective reality. And just to understand that there are so many layers. So it's not just, I'm just talking to you in a few minutes. But there are so many layers with this. Okay. So look at this. This is Holiness of Dalai Lama, and the other one is Professor Anshin Zelenka. You must know this professor. Anyone who knows this professor? Heard about this professor? Okay. Who is he? Nobel laureate in physics. You get it? Nobel laureate in physics. In fact, I say the outside interesting part. And his area is physics, quantum physics. So there was back in, I think 2008 or 9, the conference was organized, His Holiness, and then Nobel laureate, and the authors conference. After every session, then we do a session. So it goes each and then questions. I asked many questions, conferences. And after the conference, he came directly to me and asked, Bruce, you have some very interesting questions about physics. If you have questions, you can ask me directly. So later on to my amazement, 2022, just 2 years ago, he became Nobel laureate. He received Nobel Prize in quantum physics. So this is what is being said, the objective is empty. The double slit experiment is just to entertain the concept that objectivity is empty, is depends how they exist depending on the perceiver. What the economists would call it observer. What in Buddhist parlance is known as the subjective appearance. Okay, so subjectivity has so many layers there. I'm not going to go into this, just to give you some clue. And if you're interested with this hormone presentation, I'll leave this professor and you can Dr. Puja, then you can just get it, a copy for yourself. So this is an interesting topic, interesting subject topic. Say, if you look at the extreme left in the white bar, that is what the physics call as the Big Bang, singularity, when the universe first started. And then towards the right side, you see the galaxies all created. That is today's time. So in between is 15 billion years. 15 billion years since the Big Bang to today. 15 billion years. From here to left to right, this is time span of 15 billion years. Now the question arises, what is there at the beginning? What is there at the beginning? Physicists would call as singularity. And to go more precisely, they would call it quantum vacuum. Quantum vacuum. And the Buddhist parlance, yes, of course, but the physics, but if they can prove it adequately, that's perfect, there's nothing wrong with it. But, say, from this quantum vacuum, everything, all the time, space, evolved. This is the physics point of view, consciousness point of view. And from the Buddhist point of view, everything even today, not just 15 million years ago, even today, everything is manifestation of the Shunyata. Shunyata emptiness and the conventional world. These two coexist. So, what's the benefit of seeing the conventional world, known as the primary condition, and the other side, Shunyata? You see two things as coexist. What's the benefit? Our status and then stuff. So the benefit is that seeing Shunyata. How many have used T-strainer in your life? Raise hands. T-strainer. Oh, how many don't know what is T-strainer? Raise hands. You don't know what is T-strainer, which you are too young. Okay. So is anyone who likes to tell us what is T-strainer? Anyone right? What is T-strainer? Raise hands. What is T-strainer? Quick, say time. Which is your T-strainer? T-strainer will explain so beautifully. Anyone? Okay. To be prepared, T-strainer is so when you brew the tea, you boil the tea, and then you have to mixture of the brew tea and the tea together. So you use the T-strainer, put the tea in this, and the drinkable tea, it will let it flow very slowly. You get it? And non-drinkable tea will block it. It will block it. So emptiness, what we said earlier. Emptiness and dependent origination. These are the two sides of the same coin. Seeing emptiness, it blocks our stress, anxiety, anger, attachment. It blocks all our destructive emotions. Seeing the conventional world of the dependent origination, all your virtues flow freely. Compassion, joy, happiness will all flow freely. So our job is to stop all your negativities, fears, anxiety, and to increase your joy and happiness. Do you agree? So how to increase joy and happiness is by seeing dependent origination so well. How to stop all the destructive emotions is by seeing the empty side. These are two sides of the same coin. These two realities coexist. This is what we need to remember. Okay, so this is form is empty, empty is the form. You know, because the two truths exist, coexist. Same with water. Group A which says true naked eyes, group B which says true electromagnetic flow. If I ask you what it says, will you say water? Group B, what it says no water, empty, and no water. Okay, do you agree with me that form is empty? What group A sees through water is what group B sees as empty form, empty water. Which has electrons for neutron. No water. Now, and the second one is empty is the form. Well, group B sees as empty of water, but group A sees the water. So, emptiness is the water. And it's the form. And third one, the form is no other than emptiness. What you see as a water is not different from what group B sees as emptiness. Likewise, what group B sees as emptiness is not different from what group A sees as form. You got it? So this is the essence of Master. If you know this concept so well, and of course don't just believe in this, but you must cognitively understand it. Understand it fully, then emotions will be like this before. Okay, now on these subscripts, and this is very important. There are so many layers of answer engines. There's not just one. There are so many layers. There's no chance to go to this. And but this PowerPoint will be here with you, and you can copy for yourself. Before I went up, I would invite some questions. Please raise hands. Yes, over here.
Firstly, thank you for enlightening and in-depth. It's an area which is close to my heart, Buddhism and quantum theory, and in some ways brought me to Nalanda. My question is a macro and a micro question related to the concept of potentiality.